The title of this lecture was how to reach true peace. So most of the speakers was trying to discuss the uh, current reasons for this war, but there are some underlying factors which is causing the conflict in the region. So I think this meeting will not be complete until we address those fundamental reasons which are not visible on the surface but are there causing the conflict. So we have to pay some attention how we can create sustainable peace and true peace in Ukraine and Europe as such. As Olga was telling us that this war cannot end now. It's like this. We cannot sign the peace treaty and end the war without addressing the crimes which has been committed against innocent Ukrainian people. So then now there's a fundamental issue. This war cannot end just like this. So we have to address those issues which caused the war, which caused the conflict in the first place. And most of the discussions are based on the current topics, current reasons, current causes which causes war. But I think scholars like us, our parents like us, pay some attention to the fundamental behind the scene reasons which are causing the war. Okay, I will start with you know uh, as we all know, Europe was trying to create a zone of peace. They're trying to create that we want Ukraine into European Union in the part of NATO so that we can create a zone of peace. So their vision was that Europe has reached a stage in human history where everybody has resolved all the conflicts among themselves, and now they can live in peace permanently. So here the basic mistake was committed. That I feel they wanted to create a very narrow concept of peace, of zone of peace. They thought that Europe can live in perpetual peace and perpetual prosperity, while the rest of the world can live a lot of miseries, lot of wars, lot of tradition. So that was so European countries made knowingly, unknowingly, they made a huge mistake by trying to create a zone of peace. I think they should have kept in mind that that this narrow in this age, in this world, when everything is interrelated, it's very difficult to create a exclusive exclusive zone of peace. So here is the fundamental. So European vision was very narrow. So now we should learn important lessons from the European war, that peace is not a dividable. That the whole world has to be created as a zone of peace. One European part or Asia or Africa cannot live in peace while the rest of the world is burning. So here is the important point. So we have European countries should learn an important lesson from this war, that they were making some fundamental mistake trying to create a zone of peace. And number two, we have to accept that what is happening is the clash of ideology. Now, USA led growth model or corporate growth model is directly conflicting with the Chinese model of growth. So this clash of ideas is reflecting in the Ukraine war, even though many people are not able to correlate into this, but two contending ideology are meeting here. So we have to understand what is happening. Bigger picture. Bigger picture is that two conflicting ideology, USA-led growth model and China-led growth model, are conflicting. So Ukraine has become a proxy of the bigger powers. This is kind of a both countries are trying to keep their own country safe and using innocent Ukraine as their testing point. So two contending ideology has been clashing with each other. So now Russia and China have joined together, and European Union and USA. So basically, this is a clash of ideas, clash of a bigger economic philosophy. And we have to learn here. Here, I want to bring Gandhiji. That Gandhiji told us that to create a permanent peace, we have to create a economic model which works for everybody, But currently, the geopolitical growth model is not working for many Asian countries, and China model is also not working for many Asian countries. So we have to look at this war from a bigger perspective. How can two bigger emerging economic ideology, contending ideology can reconcile with each other? Until we don't do that, we will be making very, very big mistake. So don't take this war lightly. I'm telling you, if you want to create a sustainable, a true peace in the world, we have to face this reality. We have to face this reality. What's the future? China has made a lot of progress in the last few decades. So we simply cannot take it lightly anymore. So now the problem before us is that how can we reconcile Chinese model of growth with the capitalist model of growth, and what extent we can give preference to social, economic rights of men and political rights of men. So knowingly, unknowingly, this Ukraine war is the beginning of a bigger conflict which is happening in the world, and that has to be properly confronted, and that has to be properly answered. How are we going to see? So, my friends, I'm trying to tell you, don't take this Ukraine war as a local war. It's a bigger picture. It's a part of a bigger struggle in human mind. As I told you, Gandhi told us the war begins in the men. Idea of war begins in the minds of men. So what is happening now, Ukraine is a war in the conflict of men. What is best for the world? What can be used to create prosperity? What can be used to create strength? So we will be making a huge mistake if we try to see Ukraine war just a Russian attack on Ukraine. It's not a Russian attack on Ukraine anymore. It's a clash of two contending ontology and two ideas. And so my friends, we have to focus on the bigger. So sustainable peace, true peace. Now, as Olga was trying to tell us that there's no end, no easy peace treaty. If you sign this, okay, Russians agree that we can sign a peace treaty now and we can go back. No, it's going to over. No, it's not going to over. Ukraine will not allow it. Ukrainian people will not allow it. After killing so many innocent people, can Russian go back just like this? No, they cannot go back. Now, this war will not end so soon. Believe me, we are in a very terrible situation now, because so much death and destruction has been already done, and so until we could reach a conclusive, so we shall prepare a very long debate for how the mankind is going to go from here. So there's no easy closure of this war. You have to believe that we are in a very difficult situation. So I want to draw your attention to the undersurface, what is happening here in Ukraine war. So that is why I'm trying to bring Gandhiji again and again. Gandhi is the best way forward. If we want to reconcile to contending ideology between socialism and capitalism and market economy and state-controlled economy, how can we reconcile? We can reconcile when both parties feel victorious. How can they feel victorious? When Gandhiji is brought into picture. Gandhi has proposed that we can have a socialist economy as well as freedom, law, constitution together. So we have to use Gandhi's philosophy of where village is given more importance. Local economy is given more importance. Capital growth, which is leading model in the Western world, is creating too much greed, too much materialism. And then materialism is pushing towards war. See, for example, what Europe was expected to play a role to control the war. What the European countries doing? Europe is sending more and more weapons into the war. So what is happening? War is spreading to more cities, more destruction, more death. Instead, Europe was supposed to play a peace role. They were supposed to bring peace into the Ukraine. So Europe has failed to play its historic role. They were supposed to lead a peace mission to Russia, peace mission to Ukraine, so that the two contending parties can be controlled. But what is happening now? USA, Europe is sending more and more weapons to Ukraine. So just Ukraine, it means war is being prolonged. War is being prolonged. That is happening. War is not happening in Russia. War is happening in Ukraine. It's Ukrainian people who are dying. It is Ukrainian cities who are being destroyed. So somebody has to take courage. No, you have to tell them, no, this is not the right approach. It's not the right approach. Sending weapons to Ukraine may not defeat Russia. Now, the idea that Russia can be defeated militarily is really ridiculous. It cannot be happen that way. So we have to have a proper perspective how we can control war, how can we control death and destruction of Ukraine, how can we save Ukrainian cities, Ukrainian children. So that is what I'm trying to tell you. We have to start talking peace, sustainable peace, true peace. How can we save Ukrainian cities? That is what, my friends, don't make the mistake. Don't look at this war from the surface. So many under surface issues are happening here. So today's discussion was meant to raise those points so that we can start addressing those issues which are causing the war. So many of my friends are trying to make it just Russia did this, Ukraine did this. So war happened. It may not be that case, something fundamentally happening, some contending technology, contending two completely opposite viewpoints are clashing with each other. Russia and China on one side, and European and USA on the other side. So this is kind of a clash of ideas. You can say clash of two view perspective, world view. So in the sense, Ukraine has been knowingly, unknowingly, they have been become experiment ground. Now, as you see, a lot of European weapons, lot of American weapons are being tested in Ukraine. There are not many people who can say that, oh, this is wrong. We are not a testing ground. So, my friends, I want to draw your attention to the bigger reasons, bigger factors which are playing a bigger role in this war. Thank you very much.